Welcome to the Gear Slam, your one-stop shop for all things guitar culture nonsense. I'm Aaron.
I'm Phil.
And I'm Cole.
We slam it hard so you don't have to. We are coming at you live from one of the finest hotels in Southern California at the NAMM show.
It's known as America's Best Value Inn.
/ Avalon Inn.
No,
and
Astoria
Suites.
Inn.
Astoria Inn and Suites.
And sweets. And
Fun fact about this hotel room. There are 0 chairs in this hotel room.
Not a single chair.
And another fun fact.
Baffling.
Cole, you guessed correctly. I walked in off the street and said, I'd like a key to room 105. And he said, they checked in already. Okay.
Although he did call me
Yeah.
during the hockey game, and I answered, and
Oh my gosh.
I just assumed because the caller ID said Patel.
He was like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like,
I answered the phone, and I was like, is Phil Eisenhower there? And he's like, yes. And I was like, give him a key to the room.
give
It's
him a
pretty
key.
amazing.
He's like, well, you're the boss.
Take 2 of the nuggets.
Do what you say.
And
Shove them.
Okay, so
I
recently posted 2 episodes that were NAMM preview episodes.
Ooh, this is
did.
NAMM post view.
This is the NAMM mid view because 2 of us have been to the show and 1 of us has not.
one of us has no clue what post-COVID
So
NAMM
we're
is
all
like.
going to tell our favorite thing we saw today, and it's up to the audience to guess which of us is lying. Which of us did not attend? 2 truths and a lie.
Oh, okay.
Who wants to go first?
2 truths and a lie. The
2
Gear
true
Slam,
chewers and a liar.
the Gear Slam NAMM edition.
Gear Slum NAMM Edition 2023. 2023. This is our 5th NAMM? 6th NAMM?
5th, maybe?
This is my 5th NAMM and your 4th NAMMs.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, sick, dude. Phil is pulling out a book called The Teaching of Buddha
If we get bored, you can start reading them.
that he found in our hotel room. You don't have a game, do you?
I do not prepare right now.
Okay, my favorite thing.
Should we just read from Defilements?
Guess the.
My favorite
defilement.
thing is called the Cable Wrangler, and I'm looking up some information about it. It is, it's basically, and I'm going to show Phil. It is a long, plastic. What is it, like 1.5 feet long?
Yeah, it looks like a hanger. Oh,
It looks like a.
I ruined the game.
There goes again.
No, you
It's
were
a dumb game.
You were yes-anding. You were yes-anding.
Well, now I
his
ruined the
doesn't
game.
work.
Now I ruined
I
the
mean, it's
game.
probably not going to be the
You're
guy
gonna edit that
who
out.
lives. It's probably not going to be the guy who lives here.
True.
So it's like, yeah, it looks like a clothes hanger, and then along the bottom, it's all these cups that hold bungee balls, which I think we've all seen a bungee ball, but never heard it. And the man
It
at
holds
the
a
booth
bunch of bungee balls.
used that with the word bungee ball many times.
Bunge ball.
There was 2 guys at the booth too, and I couldn't tell their roles. What their
Yeah.
roles were. It was weird.
I don't
There
know.
were balls and rolls.
Yeah, they had bungee rolls.
Roll balls.
And yeah, it's just a cool. So you like wind up the cord with your bungee ball, and then they hang on this thing, and it's just like a plastic handle thing, and
it's just like a hanger.
it's good. Yeah, it's good for organizing your cables, and I genuinely might buy one. Although he said like, yeah, our special show price is $30, and then I just Googled Cable Wrangler, and on Marketech you can buy one for $22. So.
Yeah, he said they're $35, but you can get one
Yeah,
now
their
today
retail
for
is
$30
$35.
cash.
Yeah,
And it was $22.
yeah. So
Or you could get it mailed to your home for $22.
yeah.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
So okay, Aaron.
So we were walking down the aisle, and this guy just like walked up to us, and he just kind of looked at us,
Yeah.
and then I'm trying to remember his opening line. Oh, he goes, "Do you like medium picks or heavy picks?"
Yeah, it was a great.
I was like, I don't know. I guess heavy or meat. Either one depends. He's like, I was like, what's it made out of? He's like, Delrin. I said, okay, medium. And so he starts telling me about his picks that he designed that like have like a slot, like a little kind of elongated plus sign hole cut into them.
Like a division sign.
Yeah, like a division sign.
Ooh.
And they're designed to go on, like snap onto your tuning pegs of your guitar. So you never lose them.
It's kind of a
And
cool
he
idea.
gave us one, a pack each. It was cool. And he had them on his shirt. His shirt had like a little fake headstock with like little nubs on it. And on each nub, a little pick was hanging out of it.
It's so strange. But the other
Super
thing,
weird.
the other thing that was interesting, was he had one here. I'll show this to you, Phil.
Oh yeah, mine are in the car.
He had one that is just like a normal pick. So it looks a lot like a star pick. If you guys are familiar with star picks,
Which we saw later.
which we also saw. But then he had this one that has like 3 different.
5, he said.
Yeah, it's like the Swiss Army knife of picks, and it's just like very gimmicky. So it's got like some.
He said it
got
has like a
little
regular, a
tip,
jazz
but
tip.
then one is like a 12-string, but it's just like this
It's just
serrated
ridges,
thing.
yeah.
Like you're not gonna.
But
play
remember,
with that
didn't
thing.
like what's the Dunlop one, the tortoise one? They had one that was like that had that same kind of ridge on it.
totally, yeah. Which I feel like that's just a gimmick, but I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't really make any good music, so
doesn't really sound.
what do
like
I know about anything?
Also, why are people so obsessed with making guitars sound like 12 strings?
Hey, just get a 12-string,
And just
or just get a pedal.
use like do it in post.
Okay. I also liked there was there were 2 like a combo booth of 2. I don't know if they're friends. They're both from Chile.
I think they hate each other. Actually, I think
Yeah, they're actually enemies. They're like, I'm going to be the most successful guitar accessory. One of them was selling guitar straps that are like very high end. Like they looked like the high end Levi's straps. Like
But they were like cushion.
they're
leather.
really like the cushion leather,
Yeah.
which is what the high end Levi's straps are.
Yeah, sure.
And they just look like really nice. But
These
they're
guys
also
were denim.
I know. It's weird. I've always wondered why.
it's because Levi's a name.
I know, but like, why would they? It's like,
That's
hey,
like saying, how can they call a computer an apple? I thought an apple was a fruit.
no, it's not.
It's
Because
Levi's though. It's
Levi
No,
is
it's like
known.
Levi's.
but it's with a Y.
I know they spell it but it's
What?
pronounced.
It's
Levi's.
a different Levi.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought it was the same company?
I've always thought
Oh,
that.
you thought Levi Strauss made the guitar straps?
I've always thought the jeans are making the guitar straps
No.
that are out of.
You have
I guess
your
I-
joking ignorance exposed real ignorance.
It's not even. It's Levi's. It has
It's
like
not
an
spelled the
apostrophe
same
S.
The jeans do.
No, it's Levi Strauss.
Yeah, but the jeans are also when
Jeans
you
do
call
not
them.
say Strauss on them.
But yeah,
They say
when you
Levi.
call them, I mean, they just say.
They say Levi's.
I don't know if they, say Levi's.
I don't think they say
I think
Levi's.
They say
I
Levi.
think they say
jeans.
Levi. And people call them Levi's, but it's like how people call it Walmart's.
Nobody says Walmart's.
Yeah, they do.
Down to the Walmarts.
I know you don't travel, Phil, but in some places people call it Walmart's.
No,
the
I
title.
don't. If
There's
it's
a
plural,
wide range of Levi's styles, Levi apostrophe S, and their official site is Levi's official site. But then that could be like, oh, this is Levi Strauss's official site. I gotta find the tag.
I think you're right. I think
dude,
is
it
Levi's.
freaking guessed.
But either way, it's not spelled the same.
It's with
Levi's
the
guitar straps are spelled with a Y.
Okay.
But
It's
yes, the
Y-E-V-I
tag on Levi's
apostrophe
just says Levi Strauss and Company.
You'd think it was pronounced Yevi's because of the Y.
Is
but it's
Levi the one
Levi.
with the little red thing?
The jeans?
No,
yes.
that's Jabot.
And how many letters are on the little red thing?
5.
What
are
red
those
thing?
letters?
Oh yeah, Levis.
Yeah. No, I
Oh.
know. You're right.
Holy!
I already admitted you're right.
So there's no Strauss.
Have you seen
What are you
the
talking
back?
about?
The thing on the back says Levi Strauss and Company.
Okay.
How is there? So tell me again how there's no Strauss.
Don't show me that. Oh, wait a minute.
Would
It's
you-
leather.
Would you stupid people shut your stupid, ugly, fat mouths? Those are two different companies whose names are pronounced the same. And we're not talking about either of them.
Fair enough.
We're talking about Ergo straps or Ergo straps.
Ergo strap.
And they look really good. And that's just Ergo straps.
Do we need to say that this episode is fueled by Four Loko?
Fueled by ramen.
Four Loko
Four
and
Loko
Taco
Gold.
Bell and Baja Blast Zero. Baja Blast.
And root beer.
Okay, and then the other one was a
Like a
company
drink
called
of root beer.
Sweet Monkey. They were giving
Which is a
away.
great, stupid name.
It's so strange.
It is.
But
When I read it out loud, I was like,
It's probably like
So,
really cool in Spanish.
they make
They make modular
pedal
cut
boards
pedal
that are
boards.
like, they look, they're not like totally dissimilar to like, not temple boards, but like that kind
They
of
look
just
like the Gator ones,
bent,
kind of.
yeah, like the Gator ones, but they're narrow. They're probably like 10 inches wide.
Yeah.
But then
there's
the
another
idea
size,
is
too.
they have screw holes, so you can just screw multiple together and make them as wide as you want. And then they also just have panel mount knockouts.
That's
so
the
that you
best
can
part
buy,
about them.
Yeah, so you can buy any kind of connector, whether it's like a TRS or power or like a speak-on kind of power, like PowerCon. You wouldn't be able to fit like an IEC plug on.
Well, even in the back.
But, like,
Remember when we were trying to like find power switches for your pedal board and like that fit the mounting hole?
yeah.
Yes.
So these just
So
have like
these
an
have,
industry
like, a
standard,
standard
like square hole that you can
just
fit like any
panel
plug
mount
into.
is what it's called.
Yeah.
And on each side, one on each side.
Well, on the
you
back,
have,
too.
You
high
don't need
ohm.
to explain it to me
Was there
because
two on each
They,
side?
they have the big like a big square power one.
Oh, that's
in the
right.
back,
Yeah,
too.
yeah. Okay.
So you could
So-
easily just like go to Home Depot and buy like a $10 piece switch and throw it in there, and it would.
you
fit.
don't need to explain it to me because the game we're playing right now is we're all of us are sharing what we all saw
Yeah, we were
today.
all there together.
We were
saw
all
it.
there together.
That's why he was
We might
explaining
have
it to me.
abandoned that long ago.
I've abandoned my
Long
game.
ago. Holy crap! It's 69,000 Chilean P.
P. I think it's a peso.
No, maybe
Chilean pesos.
Chilean pesos.
a peso.
Pesos.
Pesos.
Pesos
You can
de
also
Chile.
screw them together like they're square. So and the whole so you could screw the back of one to the side of another one if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like
but
you
they're
could
like,
rotate it 90 degrees.
but they're angled,
yeah.
so it wouldn't really work to screw the
Yes, you're
side
right.
to it.
Yeah,
You know,
it's a cool idea, and they're like $60 each for each
Yeah,
piece, which
it's
is
not
like
completely unique, but
which is, like,
the
reasonable.
application of it's really cool.
yeah, it seems like
And he's like, I'm not selling them because I got distributors, and then he's like, I can make 50 a week.
yeah, I couldn't tell if
It's
he
like,
was
is
saying
that
that's
a
a
lot
lot
or
or
not?
not a lot.
Yeah,
I
50
couldn't tell if he
weeks
was
is
saying
not
like,
good.
I can make 50 a week, so I don't need to sell them, or if he was saying like,
I
I can only
genuinely
make
didn't
50
know
a week.
how that
so
was a
like,
If you have distributors and 50 a week is not good.
All I asked is how much they cost, and he was like, "Well, I don't sell them because I have distributors." And I was like, "Well, you still know how much they charge? Like,
yeah,
what?
you know the price.
This
then?
is the number one question that everyone will ask about
Yeah.
the product. Like, you should have an answer."
Yeah, and we're
But
media.
but at
so
any rate,
We're medians.
they were they look cool. If I was in the market for and I like the idea of having like two boards that maybe like you take apart and like for a lot of
Dude,
gigs,
you could just throw like a wing nut on the between
Yeah,
them,
exactly.
and then you can just like easily dismantle it.
like if you wanted a smaller board for one gig and you tack on like all your drive pedals,
Yeah.
but one of your boards just has all your delay and reverb, and you take that for
Oh.
your acoustic gig, you know, and then you
It's a
tack
great
on all
idea.
your drive pedals for your electric
dude,
gig.
that would
tacky
be
on.
sick.
Yeah.
Like that's
It's a good thing I just said.
it is a good
I
thing.
just said a good thing.
You would need
guys.
separate
You
power
should,
supplies.
You should.
Yeah. Aaron, why do you do this?
No,
Why are you the
no,
way
no,
that
no.
you are?
The solution is
I hate
That's,
so
a good,
much
thing,
about
but that's a good
the-
thing to have.
no,
I hate
the-
so much about the things
way
that
that
you
you
choose,
are.
the way that you choose to
choose
be.
to be the
Hates about the
so the
things that you
solution
choose to
is
That's what it
the
is. That's what I was thinking it was.
walrus, those smaller ones.
Yeah, or any one of that size.
No, anyone.
Only the
Aaron-
walrus is the only solution.
Aaron,
But those aren't even that small. The walrus Phoenix is like, or the Atos.
the Phoenix are not small; they're big.
Even the other one, it has like only a few slots on it, but it's big.
It's
Box.
tall. It's
Oh.
it's like
Like all the
Look at
spaces
that
are
in the
here.
middle.
For the viewer
at
at
it.
home,
Look at
for
it.
the viewer at home,
Look how close
Cole
the-
is holding his fingers
the
really
jacks
far
are.
apart. Really far
All
apart.
the little jacks are like connected in the middle, and then there's
Do you
like
not
all
know
this
what
empty
the word
space on the
tall
sides.
means? Do you not think that was a good enough description when I said it's tall?
It's like 5 by
No.
9 by 2.
It's
You don't think-
they don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
What do
it's
you
a
mean they?
power supply that's tall. So,
Okay,
like,
the-
what do you think?
They, them, the listener,
Oh, they
They,
them.
them.
non-gendered
they, them?
listener.
They, them?
Oh, they.
I don't think we have any non-gendered listeners, Phil. I hope we don't. I pray that we don't.
Wow. I don't pray for that.
I got a snark.
I mean, now I do. Now I am kind of hoping that we don't.
Retroactively.
No,
after you
I'm
said
like,
that, I'm
wow,
really hoping we
we're
don't.
really gonna make them
Now
mad.
that you said how much you hope they don't.
Yeah.
I hope we don't.
I really hope, just
For totally
their,
different
for
reasons.
their sake.
Yeah,
Yes,
for
for their sake.
For their sake.
Yeah.
I love them. For their sake.
Okay, what else do we see? Oh,
Um,
then a crazy lady, not then, but at one point, a crazy lady walked up to us and said, "Do you want a guitar shaped like a? Do you want to win a guitar shaped like
No,
a
do
Frenchie?"
you want a chance to win?
Yeah, a guitar shaped like a Frenchie. And genuinely, I was like, "What
You're like
did
the
you
beauty
just
school
say?"
dropout?
And yeah.
Pardon?
And what she meant, as if like you would immediately understand, with zero context whatsoever.
Yeah.
We're at a guitar show, like a musical instrument show. What she is trying to pilfer, or trying to the opposite. What am I trying to say?
Purloin? I don't know.
I don't know. Like
She was
get-
trying to sell, get rid of,
or promote a guitar that is shaped. The body of the guitar is shaped like a French bulldog,
Yeah.
which is so.
It's bizarre.
I just don't understand. I mean, it's the logo for their company.
How bizarre.
But even then, it was like somebody decided, oh, I just like French bulldogs, so I'm going to make that.
Yeah.
Or that's a popular dog. But I kind of hate the idea that French bulldogs exist
Wow.
and that they're bred.
I really hope we have no French Bulldog listeners.
I mean, you can like whatever you
Now
like.
I hope
No,
that
not
we
the people
do.
who, not owners, but
Oh,
the
you're
actual
saying the dogs.
themselves. Yeah.
I mean, they can barely breathe. You think they're listening to podcasts?
I hope not.
Yeah, I hope not too.
I saw.
I
a
hope the
TikTok-
owners are listening and they know how
Dirty
terrible
Frenchies.
they are.
I saw a TikTok the other day of
Bunch of pugging idiots.
like a Doberman, not a Doberman, like a German Shepherd, like jumping over a river, like in
Yeah,
slow
yeah.
motion.
And then
Like-
the French bulldog trying to climb
And
up
he's
the
like,
curb.
"Ugh," on the
And
curb.
falls
and
over.
he's
It has like a parka on. It has like a
Yes.
little dog parka.
I'm so glad that you see
Yeah.
it. He's
French
like,
Bulldogs are
and
like
he falls
reverse
over to the
eugenics.
side and he like can't get
Yeah.
up.
They're like,
What?
French Bulldogs are reverse eugenics.
Kind
Yeah.
of.
I'm like, let's breed all the
Like,
good
let's
stuff
breed a
out.
dog.
Like the
it's like
survival
reverse
stuff.
It's
Yeah.
like survival.
All the like healthy and
cuteness
useful things.
in-
It's like survival of the fattest. Like that.
Oh,
One of the greatest compilations ever.
I don't know it.
It's
From
like
Fat
that-
One of the Fat Records ones. Yeah.
It's like the movie Wall-E, like the humans in Wall-E.
yeah, yeah.
It's like they're trying to breed in all of the qualities
Of those humans. Exactly.
into a dog. Yeah.
Okay, I'm as liberal as anybody, right? We can all agree on that.
Anybody?
Super open, accepting. I'm
Yeah.
more than anybody.
I
I'm
would
the most
say you're
liberal
like
person.
libertarian even.
AOC?
I'm liberal-tarian.
You're a liberal terrier.
But do you guys think Wall-E is a little like heavy-handed?
I've never seen it, but
Like
I
the
assume
first
it is.
half of Wall-E is amazing cinema.
Your kids are just about like they'll be interested. They won't get it.
They
They'll-
won't be interested if it doesn't have songs in it right now.
Well,
There's
it
still
does have
songs.
songs. It has like old-timey.
They only want movies that like sing constantly.
How old are they?
They're 2.
What do they think about the song "Life Is a Highway," but as performed by a man with a very high singing voice?
From Cars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They've never. We've seen Cars, but they don't like care about it.
Do they watch Mother Goose Club? Have we talked about
No,
this?
I'll tell you what my kids like right now is a Goofy movie.
Oh, dude!
My
See,
daughter
they
will
like
come up to me and she'll
Powerline?
say "Gak," which means Max, and I'll say Max. And then she
His
goes
name Powerline. What's
Goopy?
his name?
Goopy.
What's the singer's name?
Gak? Goopy? Yeah, I mean it's Max and Goofy. And then
Is it
she gets all
Powerline?
excited. Yeah, Powerline. And then if I sing along, she goes, "Stop."
Dude, that movie is
Stop.
legitimately good.
Let it go. You just be quiet and
No.
let us.
I'm
we
watching
just
the movie right
we
now.
want to watch it.
Don't sing.
The climax of that movie is so good, but also
The perfect cast.
both of those songs are
Oh, yeah.
great songs.
Yeah, it's not a
Have you
question.
seen any of the
Yeah.
behind the
As
scenes
performed
stuff?
by
about-
Tevin Campbell. Huh?
Have you seen any of the behind the scenes stuff about that movie? The guy who like created the idea was African American, and he like fought tooth and nail like this is an African
You
American
wanted
movie.
Goofy to be black?
Well, he like I mean it is though. Like you watch it, you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
oh, it totally is. But like he was
Yeah.
like the studio was like working really hard to like
rain.
no, we need to make it more white, and he was like, no, like
Yeah.
I heard him like an interview with him. It was a video of an interview with him, and it was really fascinating listening to him talk about it because like
Yeah, that makes
like
sense.
I was thinking about moments in the movie, and I was like, I did not see it, and then watching him talk, it was like, oh, like
Yeah.
there's so many moments like that where you're like, I kind of want to
You're
rewatch
saying
the
like
whole
the
thing.
movie as a whole.
Like
all
the
of
characters in it are
all
black.
the characters
Everything,
Yeah.
so much about
It's all like
it. So
I
much
mean, it's
about
all
it.
about like
He-
I mean, it's not hip hop, I guess, but it's R&B. Like
He created a story that was
Yeah.
about like a black experience,
okay.
Yeah, without
Yeah,
being
yeah.
like
and then
trying to speak for every black person.
yes, and then it was like, but it's a cartoon, and
Yeah.
then and he pitched it, and they were like, no, this is too black, and it was like a back and forth to get it to where it was, and I'm sure he would have wanted
Yeah.
like what we see is probably somewhere in the middle.
Right.
But he was like fighting for every single
Interesting.
detail that was like making it more black.
So
Is that okay for me to say?
yeah,
Okay.
I remember
Hope so.
watching.
Because you said it.
I stayed with my grandma for like 2 months.
Our very diverse audience will call us to task.
I stayed with my grandma for like 2 months, and she lived in a condo
No, I hear you.
where I had like a shared wall.
Ugh.
And there was a girl who's probably my age. I was probably like 13. She was probably my age.
Like she was like
shared
almost
wall.
40.
This is getting hot.
She was
Pushing
prob-
40.
Yeah, exactly. And I was 13, and it was. God bless you, please, Mrs. Robinson. And she was obsessed with the Goofy movie, and the walls were just paper thin, you know. She was obsessed with Goofy movie, and we
Wait,
just
she was
sing the song,
40?
and I could hear her
she was
dancing.
13.
He was his age.
Phil,
That was the joke.
try not to be confused by Aaron's word twisting.
for like half a second, I was like, wait, what?
This old neighbor lady is obsessed
Yeah,
with
this middle-aged neighbor lady that I shared a wall with. And she would like jump around singing the songs like at the top of her lungs and jumping all over the place.
That's like, you know what? It's a cool movie. It really is a cool movie to be obsessed with.
Oh yeah. It's
I
like
also-
a great
It's
Yeah,
a
it's a great movie
message.
to be like unironically, like genuinely into.
And it's like, hey, here's a Disney musical that's not a princess movie, also, which is cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude,
Which
it's
is
so
fun.
it is so like
It's
out-
like a single dad.
Yeah, it's very
and a
like
kid.
its own thing in the
Yes.
Disney catalog.
Wait, totally.
The sequel is trash, but the original is good.
and again when you hear the story of the guy who's like pushing for it, like, hey, I've got this idea, and he like made it happen. It makes it like, oh, okay, that's why. Because like you said, everything else about Disney is like there's this clear, like, they're going out looking for ideas and collecting ideas, and then you can see that there's this
Right.
pattern. And this one's like it just feels so
It's original and organic and beautiful.
yeah.
And they float down the river on the top of a car. And then
I
that
remember
car flies off
thinking-
a waterfall,
I
and
remember
then they
thinking-
drive that car.
Dude, it will legit make me cry if we start talking about details of that movie. Like, the dad is trying so hard Like he's trying so.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're both trying so hard.
And
It's
Max's love interest.
Dude, it's
I
so
remember-
good.
The good thing about that movie is like both characters have very clear motives and like they're both very relatable and very sympathetic, and it's like you want them both to like win.
Yeah.
But,
Yes.
and then you want them to win together, but so it's like, yeah, it's really good. It's a great father-son drama.
You said that weird.
I was trying to find the word to say. Father-son drama. Yeah, so that was the best thing I saw on the floor today, was a Goofy movie.
Aaron, do you want to talk about Vanderpump Rules now?
Bro, Vanderpump Rules has gone off the rails. So
This is now
Wait, hang on.
Now we're going from the blackest to the whitest
there was a black girl on there
of
once.
media.
Wait,
What's
wait.
that?
There was a black character on there once.
A character.
Once-
Is it a
Character.
I call them characters. They're people.
Yeah, exactly. But like, let's be honest.
Yeah, they're
like,
characters.
You're caricatures.
But at least one of the Vanderpumpers,
Pumpians.
Pumpins,
Uh-huh.
is a musician.
Yes, that's Sandoval.
So, is there a possibility that he will be at NAMM?
No.
Oh, what?
I mean, it's possible. It's very unlikely.
In the past, we have seen like some kind of random celebrities at NAMM.
Most of those people that we saw either were like endorsing a brand usually, or like owned a brand or something. But
No.
I don't think he has any reason to be there. Who did we see that was not doing one of those things?
We saw Mark Maron. I mean, Mark Maron was there at NAMM.
But he's not a musician.
How dare you?
That's his point.
How dare
He
you?
has no
he's
reason to
not
be there,
known
and
to
he's
be a
there.
musician.
How dare you?
I'm just
What's your
saying.
point? Like,
Just
I don't know what
discredit
my
him
point
like
was.
that.
You're
My point is
proving his
still
point.
wrong.
but his point, your
point
point
is
was
still
like,
wrong.
why would he be here? Because he has no reason to be here. And then
Yeah.
Mark Maron is an example of somebody who had no reason to be there.
Well, that's why I'm saying, like, he could be there, but I have no reason to expect that he would be there.
I expect him to be there.
Why?
Just because I put
Okay.
money on
Well,
it.
that's fine. You have no reason to do it either.
No, I don't.
But can I tell you a detail about Vanderpump Rules that you may or may not know?
Hang on. I walked right
This is
by
an old thing that happened.
Alan
Tudyk.
Tudyk.
Okay.
I walked right last time we were at NAMM.
Yeah.
I walked right by him and like
That's called diphalia. that
lost my
condition.
mind when I saw it. My mind registered that it was him.
Okay.
Like
Yeah.
a few seconds after walking past him,
Yeah.
and I didn't want to be like "Ugh!" and like yell at him.
Tudyk!
Yes.
I didn't.
So yes, in the sense that
definitely
you
didn't
could
wanna yell that.
literally see anybody at NAMM, Tom Sandoval might be there. Yes.
Don't do that, Aaron.
Do you think it's more likely for Tom Sandoval or Pablo Sandoval to be there?
Pablo Sandoval.
Okay, viewers.
I'd be
do you
equally
hear?
surprised to see either one of them.
Just like in his full baseball
Aaron,
uniform.
Aaron
pants
has
and everything.
cranked the word twisting
Oh, I thought you were just saying
Up
Aaron, Aaron is cranked.
up
fully-
to 11.
Aaron is fully torqued.
He's fully great.
You are fully torqued right now.
Man, yeah, Vanderpump Rules is off the rails right now. We don't have to talk about it, but
We don't have to talk about
we
it.
don't have to.
Oh, we don't have to. We don't have to talk about it.
So there's this guy on there named Jax. I'll just tell you this one tidbit. Speaking of black people on Vanderpump Rules. So Jax was in a relationship with a girl named Brittany.
Ooh.
They had been dating for a while.
Wait,
and they
Brittany or Brittany?
Yeah, Brittany. She was from Kentucky. And Jax's real name is Jason, but he changed his name to Jax.
Gross.
It's like his model name.
Gross.
Anyway, there was this girl that worked there named Faith, who was on the show, and she was a caretaker of a 90-year-old woman. Jax cheated on his girlfriend Brittany with Faith in the same room as the 90-year-old woman.
No.
Yes.
No, you're lying.
This is part of the truth of the show, is the terrible people on the show. They're awful. I'm no longer Team Ariana. I'm not Team Sandoval, but I'm Team no one. I think they're all bad, and even Ariana's bad.
Wait, a 90-year-old woman,
Yeah. She was like bedridden.
like, asleep?
I'm assuming asleep, or at least like
Conscious?
unconscious. But like she was like in bed, like all the time. Like she lived in bed.
Bedridden.
Yes, she had been ridden
Like Grandpa Joe.
She got ridden all the way to bed.
She was bedridden hard and put away wet.
Jeez. And Jax rode Faith to bed in front of the bedridden woman.
In front of.
In the vicinity of, in the same room as, which is just bizarre.
Yes.
How bizarre. Very bizarre.
How bizarre.
I do not recommend anyone do any of those things.
I don't feel like we're here to tell people how to live their lives.
That's not the purpose of this podcast.
I didn't say I recommend they don't do it. I just said I don't recommend that they do.
Oh, so you're. Okay.
I'm just telling you what I don't.
You don't want to take a stand either way.
Yeah. I want to take a stand that I will not recommend it. Personally.
It's now 1 o'clock my time in the morning.
Is there anything that you want to happen tomorrow at NAMM?
No.
I want there to be nap rooms that are quiet and private and no 90-year-old women
Oh,
in the nap rooms.
so I would love.
What age of women do you want?
No women at all.
Wow.
Just men?
Men only. So
Guys-
it's an
guys
all-men
being dudes.
Nap room. It's a guy's afternoon in.
Just a pile of dudes
It's a
napping.
guy's afternoon in the afternoon. A GAI. A day.
Afternoon.
I would love to see some. I think this era is gone, but I would love to see something outlandish like
Like a guitar shaped like a French bulldog?
more like a pedal board made out of precious stones. Like
What's a
Like
precious
gems?
stone?
Gemstones?
okay, maybe not precious stones, but like
Like marble?
Oh, like granite?
like something
Like
polished
limestone?
yet
Polished
not
limestone?
limestone.
Too
But
brittle.
like granite,
Like
like
sand?
No
Sandstone?
strength.
Like sandstone?
There's no strength.
no,
Like shale?
Like granite.
like
Like
granite,
shale?
granite, and then like with like little crystals in it.
Crystal meth.
No,
Why do you think that wouldn't work, Phil?
it sounds super dumb. I said it off the top of my head.
Heavy.
Heavy,
Do you think large, flat,
Expensive.
skinny,
expensive.
Brittle.
It'll look cool though,
brittle? It
Yeah.
would break the first time you set it down.
and
Yeah,
you
so
stomp
might as well
on
be
it.
safe.
There were guitars that were made of acrylic. Well, it was like
Oh, yeah.
basically like a wooden body that they had routed out, like
Yeah.
almost like a pool.
And
in the
filled
middle,
with,
you
like,
know.
Epoxy.
So there was like a lip around the end, and then they had filled it with epoxy and like sparkles, or
Yeah, some of them had
bunch of
like
different
shapes
colors.
in there. Some had like flowers implanted in it.
they were very heavy.
Yeah.
Like every
Was
if
it
you've ever like held
cream,
one of those
clear
clear
guitars?
Oh, it was cream.
It was
That's
cream
right.
guitars. Yeah, they had a very provocative booth.
Yeah, and they're called cream,
Yeah, and they're
which
like
is
French.
a little
It was like if Booth Girls turned into the Booth,
yeah.
which there's no Booth Girls this year.
Booth girls, booth
That's a
thyself.
thing of the past. Yeah, girls booth thyself.
Yeah,
Selves.
themselves.
Thouselves?
By them.
Thine selves?
That'd be like a
They
single.
them.
I think it's woman thou art boothed.
Boothed. Oh, there was a good booth pedal. I saw a good booth pedal.
I like the booth.
It was a good booth pedal.
I like the walrus pedals.
Yeah, the walrus pedals are cool. I mean, I feel like The world is a different place, right?
Yeah.
Like, there's not a lot. Oh, honestly, the Benson delay.
Oh yeah, that was
Oh.
cool.
Sounded really good. It's like a analog delay with a lot of good.
Analog delay.
Here's my favorite thing about the Walrus pedals, the new ones, is that they have sliders instead of knobs, which kind of makes you like relearn how to like adjust settings on a pedal because you're used to just like, okay, I'm going to turn this to 3 o'clock because I know what that's about this much. So it's totally different. Like,
Did you notice that they have a detent in the middle?
Yeah.
They do?
Yeah, I think so. I think they do. Or maybe some do and some don't, but I think they do. Which is good if you're like on the fly because then you can kind of like gauge where you're at.
Yeah.
But dude, they all sound really cool.
Yeah, they sound good.
The distortion was cool. The fuzz.
I liked the fuzz
cool.
too. They basically,
The
they kind
overdrive
of
was
all
cool.
had followed a similar, they had 3 sliders, like horizontal faders basically,
Yeah.
and then a switch, like a 3-position switch that depending on, so like the distortion had like silicone
Clipping, yeah.
and
I think germanium and LED.
Germanium.
Or something in LED.
and the fuzz had clipping to, or one of them had just like clip, you know, like square
Low,
versus
oh yeah,
something.
the tremolo had waves.
Oh, that's what it was. It was
Yeah.
the tremolo, yeah.
I think the delay had like digital, analog, and modulated. Maybe.
Yeah, something like that.
And then there's a reverb. They all sound. They're like 129, I think.
Yeah.
Which is great. Yeah. I think it's like their kind of. I don't know if it's like an answer to, but it's their version, I guess, or whatever, of like the JHS 3 series.
Yeah, exactly.
Like
They're
all
way
the
more
brands are
interesting than
doing
the
them.
3 Series. By
Yeah,
far.
for sure. They look really cool. They have square LEDs,
Yeah.
which is cool.
Or at least probably
like
a
the
round
window.
LED with like
But-
a square window or
Yeah,
whatever.
But-
the windows are square.
One thing that's not very well received is that
A giraffe.
the artwork is,
The same.
yeah,
Yeah.
right?
But I think that's intentional. Like to
I
differentiate
know. I'm just
from
saying
their
it's
main
like
brand.
it's a big jump from.
I mean, it's the same as the 3 Series, right? Like
Well,
JHS's
it looks-
artwork is also.
It looks more in line with their
It's
like
not as big
Mako
of a
series
part.
than it does with their core series. Because those ones are very much like basic looking too with just text.
Yeah, because they all had like an AS1 on
The ACS one.
or ACS1, yeah, on the board with them.
Yeah, it kind of matches that aesthetic a little bit more than. That's mine. Is it getting cold?
No, well, no, it's just getting water everywhere. Condensation.
That's a root beer. I thought someone was farting, but Phil's eating a burrito next to me.
Dude, speaking of farting, holy crap. Aaron kept farting at the hockey game. Oh, we should give a recap of the game.
Dude, we went to a really good hockey game today
Yeah.
that had so many fights.
The entire game wasn't amazing, but
The first
was the
period was
final.
really good because it was like competitive and quick.
Yeah, it was one
Show
of
them
them.
the
Second
show them the game
was not
so they
great.
Can look it up.
So it was the
Yeah, it was
Ducks,
the Kings and Ducks.
April 13th, 2023.
Yeah, it was both their final game of the season. So it was
In
a lot of
Anaheim.
fun. There's a lot of Kings fans there, so there's a lot of like back and forth kind of banter and chanting and stuff.
Chanter.
Some banting.
A lot of banting and chanter.
That's actually my character in World of Warcraft.
Banting and
I'm a
chanter.
Banting and chanter. But yeah, then the second period sucked because the Ducks were just getting beat.
They're
They gave up-
trash.
They gave up 2 goals really quickly. Then in the third period, first of all, okay, my favorite. Well, this is going to be hard to describe, but there's a great moment in the game where they're constantly during any break. They basically just on the jumbotron just show random people in the crowd and then see their reactions when they see themselves. And it showed a mom and her 2 sons. And the mom noticed it right away and like smacked her son, like told him like, "Hey, look, we're on the jumbotron." And as soon as he noticed, he got up and started, what would you say? Miming. And this is like a 12-year-old kid. Miming.
He was thrusting.
He was
his
like hip
hips.
thrusting with his hands, also making a motion as if he was grabbing the hips of another individual.
Oh,
maybe.
yeah. I thought maybe
Or
it was like
had his
a
hands
pillow
around a
or-
comically large cylindrical object. or
Yeah,
something
like he was
that.
holding a watermelon in front of himself.
Exactly, a watermelon or like a rolled
A
up
pie of
the
some
sleeping
sort.
bag.
Yeah.
Oh, There you go.
in a stuff sack.
That's what
Stop making noise around the microphone, please, Aaron. So he was our hero of the game at that point. So late in the third period, they showed us on the jump. Well, me and Tony, a buddy of mine who's here, and as soon as they showed me on the jumbotron, I started hip thrusting with a sleeping bag in front of me, and it was a great moment. And then there were 2 serious fights that ended up in 3 players getting ejected, or they got major penalties, and there was enough time left that it was just they just kicked them out, and it was. What else would you say?
Someone got hit really hard.
Yeah, someone got elbowed. Their head got elbowed into the boards, and apparently cut him really good.
Oh, really?
Had like a 3-inch cut, which is
I didn't see that.
Serves him right.
Another dude got hit in the face with a puck.
Yeah.
By his own teammate.
And then
the Ducks scored because
immediately because he was like
looking
over
to
there,
the heavens,
looking around.
My face got hit.
He looked like he was complaining, like he was expecting a penalty. Like he might have thought he got high sticked because he just got hit in the face really hard by something. But it was
crazy.
It was a solid game.
It's a great end of the season. Great end of the night.
Yeah.
Cole, was your friend Tony, how did he feel about you thrusting into the jumbotron?
He enjoyed it. The kid doing it as much. Let me rephrase that. He was fully on board with if we get shown on the jumbotron, we're doing that immediately. And then as soon as it showed us, I started doing it aggressively, and he didn't do anything.
Dude, also Tony
noticed.
Is staying at the Disneyland hotel, so he just has a special entrance into Disneyland. He just walked in and bought us churros and walked back out in 2 minutes.
He walked into Disneyland for 30 seconds to buy us churros and then brought them out to us.
It was amazing.
He brought you churros?
Yeah.
Oh.
We were walking by and
Disneyland
so walked in,
Disneyland churros.
Churros de Disney.
Dude, imagine getting a fresh Disneyland churro and not having to go into Disneyland.
Whoa.
Yeah, it was.
Bro.
It was wonderful.
Amazing. It was pretty cool. Pretty cool.
It's been a good trip.
It's been a trip, and it has been good. Phil was stuck on an airplane for 19 hours to travel 18 miles.
No.
To travel not very far. What else happened? That's pretty much it. It wasn't a very eventful day, but it was pretty good. Tomorrow we will drink coffee.
We will. Fanciful.
Beautiful coffee. Tomorrow will.
Do you think the place that we go tomorrow, do you think that they spritz their beans?
No.
I don't think they do.
I'm sure they're not single dosing wherever we go. I'm sure they have a hopper and timed dosing or something along those lines.
Viewer, do you hear this talk?
I'm sure.
Timed dosing?
Yeah, so I mean single dosing is good for home.
Oh, we know, Aaron. We know.
Cafe setting.
Hey, by the way, have you guys been spritzing your beans?
Workflow. I've started calling them seeds, which is what they are.
Yeah, of course.
They're not beans.
They're coffee legumes.
They're coffee seeds. Legumes. Coffee seeds.
Great minds think alike.
They're coffee legumes. Please.
I just had a great idea for a New Yorker cartoon. It's 2 mimes. And they're sitting there standing there next to each other.
Great minds think alike.
But it doesn't have any text. It just has thought bubbles. But the thought bubbles are empty. Great mimes think alike. Because they're thinking the same thing, but it's empty.
There's a caption
because they're mimes. Yeah, the caption
No,
says.
he's saying that it doesn't even say
It's implied.
that. It doesn't even say that, and he's just forcing the reader to
to make that leap. No, what it should be is 2 mimes, and then the thought bubble, it's the little Facebook thumbs up because that's a like. So great minds think alike.
They're thinking a like.
Yeah, exactly.
A single like.
What did you do?
Oh, Aaron just
I'm gonna wipe it out. It's okay.
splooged nacho cheese all over the ground. Viewers, this is probably the best audio quality we've had in a long time, honestly. and we just have Aaron's phone sitting on a table and we're all talking around it. So I hope you enjoy this. Please, if you have any thoughts about the quality of this podcast, just keep it to yourself and shut your
Shove
stupid
it up your
face.
butthole and
Yeah,
eat it.
because we
for
don't want to hear it.
breakfast. We don't want to hear it.
Literally,
Viewer,
it doesn't affect us.
Viewer, I'd also like to point out that Cole put his
Where's this going?
daytime shorts, his street shorts,
On a
Oh,
hanger?
my formal shorts.
his formal shorts. He hung them up like no ring. He doesn't want any.
He hanged them.
He
He
hanged
hanged
them.
I hung them well.
He hanged them.
They are hung.
They have been hanged.
They have been hanged. They're hanging. They are hanging.
Having been hung, they are hanging.
Because you guys have put crap on every surface. In this house. Where the hell else am I supposed to put them? You stupid piece of shit.
You pile up. you squish
pile
them in
on.
a pile.
You
Somewhere.
just wad them up in a ball
Yeah, that's what.
and shove them up your old wazoo. I think that's a good place to stop
Yep.
this
Thanks
very
for
special
friendship.
episode of NAMM. Thanks for friendship, and we'll see you on the floor.
Thanks.
Later.
Yeah, say it.
How do you? That's not what you say.
I just said it. Thanks for friendship.
Thanks.
We'll
for,
see you on the floor.
Thanks for friendship, and we'll see you on the floor.
We'll see you on the floor, and thanks for friendship.
Thanks for friendship.
He already said.
I already said thanks for friendship.
And we'll see you on the floor.